Kind of hard to follow that, isn't it? Welcome. Season's greetings, happy holidays, whatever it is. We're here to begin our holiday with a cheerful mode. And in checking on this tree lighting, we always used to do it in the lobby, sitting on the couches and the chairs and leaning on one another. Let's hope next year we'll be back in the lobby. And speaking of the lobby, you must, as you pass through to the mailroom, because you can't go to the dining room, look at the beautiful tree. It too will be lighted. But this year, you also have to look at new garlands on the fireplace and a beautifully decorated lighted wreath with some sparkly little candles. Same thing as you go towards the mailroom. There's another tree that was put up. And those things don't just happen by the elves. They're really helpers, Santa's helpers, and whoever you want to call them, who have done this. So this is a little time to do some thanks. Thanks to Vicki Danskin and her team of decorators, Vicki and Vivian and Margaret, doing some wonderful jobs of putting the tree. We used to have a lot of us climbing on top of one another to get a little ornament. It's beautifully done for us this year. Same thing with the tree in the hall and down by the mailroom. I also, because I'm part of the Interfaith Committee and we're the ones who generally do this Christmas tree, not Christmas tree, the tree lighting ceremony, I get to give a pitch to the wonderful Interfaith Committee, some of who you will listen to as they read a poem, some of them who will, others being taking a part. But because we have new members of the Interfaith Committee, we're going to be resuming our Tree of Faith programs in the new year with some wonderful new speakers coming to us. A local, what's it like to be a local Black? A woman who grew up here as part of a migrant worker family is going to come talk to us next year. And we have a Sikh team coming to us. Did you know Sikh is not pronounced Sikh, it's pronounced sick? That's where I say they're going to come and talk to us next year. And just some really good things coming down the road because we have new members who are bringing us new ideas and things to move forward on. And when I was preparing for what am I going to say this year, since it's not been the most exciting season for us, at least so far, I went through 22 cards that I have collected over the years. And there are 4 words that seem predominantly used this season: love, joy, peace, and hope. So we're going to start this off because in joy, one of the things that come with joy, beside the gratitude that I've attempted to express for everybody's doing so much so early, is the joy of music. So turn to your program. Jeffrey, thank you, Jeffrey, is going to start us with 2 carols. Sing along. This is your time too.
Thank you, Pat, for that great introduction. So I didn't know how I was going to feel about our tree ceremony this year. For those of you that have watched me do this and stand up here and speak over the years, you know, typically I get a little weepy. It's a very emotional day for me. I didn't know if I was going to feel that today because it's different. We're not all sitting with one another. We're not sort of all together. I wasn't sure if people were going to sing. I think I'm more emotional this year than I have been in the past because I could tell you guys are all singing this year because I could see your masks going in and out. And I think in other years there have been people lip singing. So this is great. This event always shows me exactly what Woodland Pond is all about because as I look around this room, I see the best of our community, from the music to the planning to the residents and to the camaraderie, the love, the peace, the hope, and the joy. And I welcome all of our new residents. I care for every single one of you more than I could possibly say. I know the season doesn't always feel like it's going to be the same, but we are in the best place that we could be with the best people around us. And I am so thankful for all of you every day. And I hope that you have the best holiday season that you can muster. And I hope this kicks it off. Who's next? Because I need a tissue.
That's all right. We have more to cry about when you hear the poem because it's so touching to hear it. Gratitude again, not just for Jeffrey and the music that kind of helps us get in the mood, but we have dulcimers playing with us several times throughout the program today. So thank you to dulcimer players. And this time, not sing along. No, this one is they play by themselves. We'll sing with them a little later. Remember those words, love and joy? Part of the thing that goes with love is tradition. This is tradition for us. What you may not know is Gretchen has been coordinating this kind of a service. Good. I love that too. Gretchen's been coordinating a tree lighting service for us since 2010. How do I know that? Because when I asked her how long we've been doing this, she's been able to go back in her records and find she's been doing this. Is she an amazing person? Gratitude and thank you. Another tradition that was introduced, not the first year that they were doing tree lighting and before my time, was a tradition of sharing the poem by Maya Angelou. It was brought as an idea because it was some wonderful piece that was heard with Bernice Leonard Ars Chorale. That's where we heard about it. And so it's come now and it's a part of the tradition that we have. So we have 4 members of the Interfaith Committee who will do reading of the 4 verses of this poem. One of the members who's reading, our first presenter, is Roger Leonard, who was a founder of the Interfaith Committee way back when we started all of this. And we each year try to bring in some of the new residents or the new members of the committee. So this year we have Sharon Raphael and Lucy Muller, who will do reading. And the little bits of news that you get in Woodland Life from the Interfaith Committee come regularly from our wonderful secretary, Billy Stevens, who will also now read the poem. Roger?
Amazing piece, a Christmas poem by Maya Angelou, written for the White House tree lighting ceremony on December 1st, 2005. Thunder rumbles in the mountain passes and lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Floodwaters await us in our avenues. Snow falls upon snow falls upon snow to avalanche over unprotected villages. The sky skips slow and gray and threatening, and we question ourselves, what have we done to affront nature? So we worry God. Are you there? Are you really there? Does the covenant you made with us still hold? Into this climate of fear and apprehension of Christmas, Christmas enters, streaming lights of joy and ringing bells of hope and singing carols of forgiveness high up in the bright air. The world is encouraged to come away from rancor, come the way of friendship.
It is the glad season. Thunder ebbs to silence and lightning sleeps quietly in the corner. Floodwaters recede from memory. Snow becomes a yielding cushion to aid us as we make our way to higher ground. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of our aged as they walk into their sunsets. Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things, even hate, which crouches breeding in dark corridors. In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first, it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is loud now. It is louder, louder than the explosion of bombs.
We tremble at the sound. We are thrilled by its presence. It is what we have hungered for, not just the absence of war, but true peace, a harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesies, security for our beloveds and their beloveds. We clap hands and welcome the peace of Christmas. We beckon this good season to wait a while with us. We Baptist and Buddhist, Methodist and Muslim say, come and fill us and our world with your majesty. We, the Jew and the Jainist, the Catholic and the Confucian, implore you to stay a while with us, so we may learn by your shimmering light how to look beyond complexion and see community. It is Christmas time, a halting of hate time. On this platform of peace, we can create a language to translate ourselves to ourselves and to each other. At this holy instant, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ.
Into the great religions of the world, we jubilate the precious advent of trust. We should, with glorious tongues, the coming of hope. All the earth's tribes loosen their voices to celebrate the promise of peace. We, angels and mortals, believers and non-believers, look heavenward and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at our world and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at each other, then into ourselves. And we say without shyness or apology or hesitation, peace to you, brother. Peace to you, sister. Peace, my soul.
That's the one that gives me a Michelle competition. I always tear up when I hear that. I think it's such an incredibly beautiful poem. But now we have the countdown to lighting the tree. Let me tell you about this. The countdown was done for us almost as many years as we've done a tree lighting by our former resident, Bill Schnitzer. We lost Bill this year. Sorry. But we have Cal on our committee now. And Cal, if you'd come up and you do the countdown for us. Jeffrey's going to be the one to plug it in. Ready?
10,
In
9,
the mic, slow.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In gratitude, Dulcimers, it's your turn. You can all read your programs. They play first, The second round, we can join in singing them. And when it gets to jingle bells, that's what your bells are for. You got it. Love and hope and joy, more gratitude. Gratitude for this tree that was ready for us to just plug it in. Thanks to Jeffrey and Jason and Sarah and Connor. We have a tree to be lighted for us whenever we're here for the happy holiday season. I also want to say that with joy and gratitude, the tree that's outside the mailroom, we call the giving tree. The giving tree with some help from your neighbor, Pranima Schwartz. Schechter. Schechter. not Schwartz. Okay, my neighbor was Pranima Schwartz. Anyhow, thanking them because that giving tree allows us an opportunity to take a little ornament and provide someone from family of New Paltz a gift for a toddler, for a teen. And you'll be dropping it off. If you pick up one of these at the concierge next week, read Woodland Life. It tells you more about this because also the Giving Tree has a little message about a donation. If you're inclined to want to write a check for the Ulster Community Action, which will provide gifts from us to some needy in Ulster County. So again, that's joy and gratitude, and there's a lot of happiness that goes with the season. It's coincidental that the happiness is shared by both Jews and non-Jews because they've been sharing the lights of the candles in the menorah, started on Sunday. And we're thankful to Sharon and Artie from the Interfaith Committee who have taken this on their shoulders, but because of residents like you who are there to see the lighting of the candles and listening, we have to thank Shalom, that's right, Frida, Nessie, Adele, and Yaakov, who are all taking part in that service. And Ina too. Don't want to forget. Who did I forget? June Finer. Okay, thank you. But you see, we're all neighbors helping one another celebrate it, making it a joyous season. We're going to end this service with a lot of happy smiles on your faces that we can't see because they're behind your masks. But we're going to end with a little poem. And it came from a card. Remember, I told you I have a collection of 22 cards already this year. This was a card that was circulated by Habitat for Humanity last year. And it was such a beautiful one that we're going to share it. But for all of you, warmest thoughts, best wishes, and a wonderful holiday season, and even a happy and healthy new year. So Vivian, if you would come, please. The strong message that comes from Habitat. Ornament of a house is the ornament of a house is the people who frequent it. Happy holidays.
But we need to practice.